Hello, everyone. Pastor Jerone here. Alec Baldwin thought he was smart, and he thinks he's going to get away with this because he's a seasoned actor. He's an actor, and he's an evil person with a bad attitude. And my guess is that this Ukrainian girl, she had a little attitude, and she was controlling some things there on the set. And oops, as he said in an interview, he said something went wrong, but I didn't pull the trigger. Well, was the gun in your hand when the gun went boom? Well then I don't care if you pull the trigger or not. You're responsible for this. Okay, so now what's going on now is that the sheriff wants his phone. They want access to his phone, but he doesn't want to give them access to the phone because these people are trying to gather the evidence. They're trying to see if there was some conflicting stuff going on there. You know, what was he saying? Did they talk? You know, did they have conversations? But he's, crying, doing his little acting with the music in the background, talking about everyone loved her. Everyone that knew her loved her. He only knew that woman for a day or so. They only communicated just two times. He did not like her. He didn't know her. So all the crying and acting and stuff, it was just unnecessary. All right. And it makes him look even more guilty. But he's not giving up the phone. Let me tell you something else. I don't think him giving up the phone just gives information about this case. I think he's a child molester. And because every one of those guys in Hollywood, they hate Donald Trump. They hate Donald Trump because Donald Trump had Jeff Sessions when he was at AG. Jeff Sessions was going off. He was going after these rings, these pedophile rings, and he was shutting them down. And so these people couldn't get to the kids, and they were having fits. What was that guy that played Leo DiNario was cussing Donald Trump out every day. He was having a fit, and his wife divorced him. His wife divorced him because of some stuff with some kids. And he was having a fit because he couldn't get his hands on the kids. And that woman, that so-called comedian, that Griffith woman, I think she was involved in that kind of stuff. And so she got upset enough to pretend to have Trump's head in her hand, a decapitated head of Trump. Just a bunch of evil people. But I think on his phone, there may be some child activity there. You know what I'm saying? I think there's some activity on there that is going to incriminate his dumb, stupid butt. Yeah, he's a criminal. And when it comes to the kids, you might see a lot of them sex trafficked kids, them kids from the sex traffic at the border coming in this country on his phone. All right. But all they got to do is subpoena it and then go get it. All right. Unless he pulls a Hillary Clinton on it and start bashing it and banging it and bleaching it and everything else to make sure no evidence is seen at all. Now, she needs to be in jail just for that alone. But she's a Democrat and he's a Democrat, and you never know, they might just get away with it. But let me show you this clip right here of him acting. You know, he's pulling out his little acting style, his skills.
Ready? Action. The Ukrainian-born cinematographer quickly gelled with Baldwin.
That's the girl right there. That's the Ukrainian girl that he killed.
The people who watched The Daily said that her work was beautiful. She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
The low pause, and admired.
Loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
Work them tears. Work the tears, jerk it. Y'all notice the music in the background, right? And everybody that heard that, when I first heard it, when I first saw it, I was like, come on, man, why is the music there? That's insensitive.
Sorry.
You see any moisture there? LeBron, where you at? That boy wasn't crying no tears. He just ate some lemon heads. What about this boy here? Why ain't you commenting on this one here, LeBron James?
But admired by everybody who worked with her.
Rust's 21-day production began filming on October 6th at the Bonanza Creek Ranch, just outside Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The first time I heard that there was any problem with anybody in the crew of the film was when Luber said, well, we have some issues here.
Lane Looper, the first camera assistant, would email production managers a resignation letter later that night, citing safety concerns. Quote, during the filming of gunfights on this job, things are often played very fast and loose. So far, there have been 2 accidental weapons discharges. He also wrote about concerns about reasonable rest and housing for local crew with long commutes to the set.
I think it was all just a setup leading up to the moment that he would do that, because there was already discharges. There was already some accidental discharges already, and it was just, no.
And I'm sitting on this pew, and so help me God, I sat on that pew right before they called lunch, and I said, this movie has made me love making movies again. Because I used to love to make movies. I did. You know, I worked with people once. I was going to do the movie The Edge, and they called me and said they got Tony Hopkins to do the film. What do you make of it?
Yeah, looking for you here.
And I started sobbing. I just started sobbing because I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have a chance to work with this guy.
Any chance you could go easy on me?
When they cast me in It's Complicated with Meryl, I thought, I'm gonna get to go make a movie with her.
Now he's name dropping. He's just name dropping. He's guilty. I mean, hey, the evidence is there, right? He shot the 2 people. He said that he didn't pull the trigger. That's what he said he didn't do. But hey, man, here's a couple of questions, okay? I would just ask. Why isn't there any video or footage of this accident? You have cameras all around. People have their cell phones around. You have the camera people around. Nobody had any video. It was like no security videos around. How come there's no footage that leaked out showing us the shooting? I can't get this. There should be some video there, and it can kind of explain, did he point it? Did he try to like hold it down? Did he hold it up? Was he pointed directly at her? You know, there's a lot of questions, and you know, that would tell us a lot. I mean, he is guilty, right? He even said it. The gun was in his hand, and when the gun went off, it was in his hands. He was the one handling it. Unless they have a remote control gun, and somebody else could shoot the gun by remote control. And as far as I know, there's none of that going on. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all on the next one. Don't forget to support my run for Congress. I will be there. I will support you. I will fight for you. I will uphold the Constitution. I will absolutely vote to close that border, finish that border. Also deal with the recounts. So we want recounts and forensic audits.